On May 27th, I woke up to an email from Sarajevo Photography Festival informing me that a spot had opened up and I could now participate in their Darkroom workshop. After a brief introductory meeting, Adil, our instructor, lent me his old Reflex AC2 camera, already loaded with film. I had occasionally used some very basic point-and-shoot cameras in the past, mostly just to document memories with friends, but I had never used an SLR before. That meant I had less than 2 weeks to learn how to adjust exposure, aperture, and composition, and make all 34 of my photos ready for the darkroom and eventually the exhibition. I did a lot of research and watched dozens of videos. I noted every single photo I took along with all the settings. I've sought help from my friends, and every time I saw something interesting, I hit the shutter button. Time flew by. On June 9th, with the start of Sarajevo Photography Festival, the Darkroom workshop officially began. At 10 a.m. that Monday, I arrived at the Historical Museum of Bosnia and Herzegovina and entered the Darkroom, which had once served Tito during his regime. His photographs were developed and printed there. As we were preparing the developing chemicals, I thought the place looked more like a kitchen, a counter, a dishwashing sink, and a drying rack. Except here, we weren't cooking food, we were developing film. Maybe it was more like a French restaurant. Everything was ridiculously expensive and nothing was edible. Once we mixed the chemicals and took the film out of our cameras, the lights went off. And I don't mean the red light you see in movies. I mean complete darkness. As I struggled to twist the reel and start winding the film, I thought to myself, this is completely insane, and the first photographers must have made this process difficult on purpose so the week would run. We placed the reels into the tanks and added the rest of the chemicals. Afterward, we checked our negatives, dried them, and returned the next day to start test printing. Some prints were total failures, some turned out surprisingly nice, and just like that, 4 hours were gone. On the third day, we selected the photo we wanted to print for the exhibition, but there was no room for mistakes. We had only one shot to print our image on a large, glossy sheet of paper. The materials were so expensive that we had to make use of every inch and avoid waste. Not gonna lie, there were some costly mistakes, but our instructor was incredibly kind. In the end, we got some wonderful results. Although I couldn't participate in the exhibition myself, I felt incredibly proud of all of my friends and yes, of my work too. This may have been a once-in-a-lifetime experience, especially in Sarajevo, where there is no other darkroom or place that prints black and white film. I truly cherish every moment and will always remember those 3 days in that little dark room, full of laughter, a bit of stress, and the joy of creating something real with our own hands.